Hello, this is Starshot here to welcome you back to my Let's Play of Ys Origin. We last left off going through the rest of the lava area where we were able to finally relight all the torches and unlock the chest, which got us the Construct Medallion, which led us to the next boss, a giant hulking monster with hands that detached, and and easy to obvious to destroy weak spot on its forehead. And thankfully we were able to beat him after a few tries, and now we are here in the Silent Sands where we'll explore this area to see what riches and mysteries it holds and what more we can find. So let's go ahead and get started. So we've made some decent progress so far. I was curious about what blessings I might want to start picking up soon. Since I have 6,000 right now, I could either extend drop item effects, or increase effective herbs, or I could just simply save up for stuff like hasten skill recovery, reduce MP usage, or increase movement speed, which apparently is the most expensive. So we definitely have a few different options we could try to work with or do. I guess for now, I'll maybe wait until I can do something with hasten skill to reduce MP use, because having those would really help. And if we wanted to, I'm sure for speedrunners, if there was a way to somehow get enough SP to be able to increase movement speed, I'm sure that's something to do. But who knows if that strategy is possibly viable at all, or if it would be faster just to simply fight as much as possible. Oh yeah, this is kind of annoying. I remember this area because, as you can see, these little skeletons that have dropped and who haven't disappeared at all will resurrect and come back to continue fighting us. So they're kind of going to be a problem for us until we can find a way to get rid of them. Or just simply attack them like we have been doing. Oh, darn it. I was trying to, of course, kill this guy here who was giving us the trouble, but now these guys are almost killed us here. So let's go ahead and maybe go back to heal here, because I wasn't sure if I would get enough to get through there. And we can explore maybe this area over here and see what awaits us. So you can see these worms, even though they're not that different from their counterparts in the earlier stages, are definitely more annoying with their little meteor attack here. Come on. Okay, there we go. And of course I keep taking hits, but thankfully we found a way to heal ourselves, so... Okay, that was kind of weird. It looks like I'm not doing much damage to this guy, so... Okay, there we go. It looks like the Great Sword and the fire attacks did quite a bit more damage, but sadly not enough to save us. So let's try looking over here next, just to see kind of what awaits us or not. What damage was I taking there? I couldn't even tell. Oh. I guess I forgot to heal somehow. No wonder. So as you can see, we're getting quite a bit of SP thanks to these little slime guys. So, of course, these mages here are kind of annoying. Oh, good, we got a level. I'm hoping that, maybe fire is their bane here, but Not as much, though. It just simply makes sure that it actually, travels far enough to hit them by the look of it. Yeah, it looks like physical attacks are kind of their weakness, since they definitely take more damage from being hit than by this weapon than they are by the by anything else so far. And of course, it's a good idea to try and take care of the worm whenever you can, so he stops making the floor all slippery here. Now, come on. There we go. So, finally took care of some of those mages. And now we can just deal with this worm guy here, who is still not, still pretty annoying to deal with. Okay, definitely won't be getting over there from this way. But let's see. I guess for the most part, like even though some of the songs from the music, which are epic, don't always stay with me because, no matter how good a song is, it can be hard to be memorable if you can't always hum a tune to it. Which some songs, of course, are harder to do than others. Oh good, some more fruit. So now we just need to find a roux to give it to, and he'll give us something nice back. Okay, that we got him pretty well that time, but as you can see, the mages are pretty annoying. And so, like, I definitely commend the work, and I would probably listen to this all the time if I always had the soundtracks to them. But of course, even I kind of get tired of a song every now and then, move on to other songs and so forth. It all depends on kind of what I find and what I need to listen to for whatever reason. But I definitely would recommend, if you can, trying to find the CDs or soundtracks to the game for just about almost every game, and even some of the other games too. If that wasn't already stated in one of my earlier Let's Plays so far. For the most part, let's see. Oh, well, yeah, as I've talked about before, playing through games again is always fun. Of course, I remember RPGs, I think I have a harder time trying to play through, especially those like the Final Fantasies, especially some of the older ones because of how turn-based they are. And, it's kind of funny, playing through the Trails of Cold Steel, or not Cold Steel, Trails in the Sky. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, man, I was just completely blanking on it for a while, and I kept thinking about Cold Steel, even though I still haven't had a chance to play that yet. But the Trails in the Sky series, even though it had a fairly different battle system, it was very much slow. You had to give out your commands and then you watch them play out, and some of the animations could take a long time, and it really padded things out or extended things a lot longer than maybe what it should have been. So it was nice that, for the PC version, I don't, of course, recall it, but in the PC version, they did implement a turbo mode, which pretty much sped up everything. Even the cutscenes, which a few of them were a bit dragged out, but yeah, it really definitely helped. So, okay, let's try going over this way again and see if I can maybe take out these enemies here that are kind of blocking our way. But so the turbo mode was one of the biggest godsends I could ask for in trying to go through certain battles, because as much strategy as they try to implement for any enemy that you fight with would actually be a challenge, or you would have to actually think. Oh, come on. it's kind of annoying how the sand seems to kind of trap you, so you're kind of really stuck if you can't, you know, get out of it or anything. There we go. So just a few more, and I should take out the worms. So it's really nice when you can get some of those RPGs to have a mode like that, because you know, they really are dragged out longer than they can be sometimes. And I still remember when I was a kid, you know, there were some RPGs that I'm sure I would have enjoyed and had continued playing, but I kind of maybe got tired or bored of them too quickly. Or I remember, like, sometimes I would put out all my commands, and then I would change the channel to something else to watch while everything played out, because I already knew what was going to happen, and I didn't really care to watch it, and I always felt it too long. So, you know, and that was sadly one of the few problems I had with older RPGs. And so I'm glad to hear that some of the newer ones have been implementing such turbo modes or ways of speeding things up, which I think really does help, because there is quite a bit of grinding for some things, and it helps to kind of ease that grinding if you can just simply fast forward. Because as nice as the animations and the work they put into it, think how many times you'll be doing a move or just simply attacking, and so you're just mashing the A button all the time. Like, I think no turn-based RPG can fully avoid a situation like that occurring. Okay, it looks like I need to find a key. And so I'm guessing if I want to find the key, I have to go through that other area. But of course, before we check it out, we take care of a few enemies around here. It would be kind of nice if I had a different weapon, just to deal with the teleporting mages everywhere here. You know, since it doesn't help that most of them are kind of floating in the air here. Come on. But yeah, so, like, Bravely Default, one of my most all-time favorite games in recent years, you know, definitely had a move like that where you could just speed everything up. And they even did another thing by making it so that you could actually increase the number of random encounters, or decrease it to the point where you didn't suffer any random encounters at all. So you might think that might, you know, take out the challenge of the game, but the thing is, once you get to a certain level, like, why should you keep running into enemies if you have no reason to fight them? And so then that way, when you go through a stage, you're not kind of bogged down by all these enemies you're fighting just because you may have to have maybe returned back to a previous area or wanted to do a side quest, and you realized that you were about to go to the end there. So it looks like these enemies are actually weak to fire with how much damage they're taking. So I guess I'll try to use this a bit more often against them in particular, at least. So I definitely commend that developers are learning that they're learning that, you know, players would be happy to have little touches like that, which hopefully shouldn't be too hard to implement. And of course, more of these giant spinning pillars of death with spikes and all are coming to kill me here. And so, you know, I think a lot of games, especially games who are like supposedly are keeping that particular turn-based or active time battle system in place, but they're, you know, gotta remake it. So I think that's one of the things they could do to implement that would put a long way to it. I actually heard when they ported Final Fantasy IX to the PS4 recently, and to PC even, that they implemented such a feature in Final Fantasy IX of a turbo mode. So you know, kudos to Square for kind of learning this lesson and figuring out that you can still have turn-based combat, but it helps to really have ways to alleviate some of the tedium that come from it, and not try to rely on it as a way of padding out the game time. Oh wow, huh? Got 5,000 SP just like that. That's really nice. Definitely will help figure out what blessing I should do next. But for now, I'll need to use this Mask of the Eyes to finally get this here. After I take care of whatever this worm here, and get the evil ring. Well, that's a bit foreboding now, isn't it? Let's see. Ring made by the demons, though its power seems to have been drained. Okay, so apparently it doesn't have any power in it. So I guess we'll make use of it later, hopefully, but for now it's just gonna be a knick-knack. Oh, and then I think... Let's see, can I use this to get over here? Nope. Okay, so... question now is, what do I do? Because... the thing was I needed a key, I believe. But I don't think I've received any such key recently. So, I think I need to find a room to give this to, and hopefully I can continue. Is there anything down there? I don't think there is. But then I should be able to get over there anyway. So let's try this path here, which just simply kind of leads me up this way. And then I can go down this way, or go down these steps, which will take me to the middle path. So the question is, where else do I need to go? Okay, I think I'll go ahead and jump off from that one bridge that was there, which should allow us into that middle area there, and maybe pick up that chest there. Which got us the marble key, which we can now use to continue on. Well, let's see. So I feel like that's kind of one of the things they can do for turn-based combat, or at least almost should be a default feature to implement now. Because I would think it would be difficult for some turn-based combat to be as interesting, you know, and exciting to play all the time, or to always keep players' attention. Like, sometimes I can continue playing through a game, or through a combat, that particular system, and then other times, you know, I would have trouble just paying attention. And at least that was one of the issues I had when playing through some of the older RPGs again. So, but let's see. Of course, continue avoiding the sand here. Jump up to this area here. Oh, hey, there's a Roo right over there. So the question is, where do I go to get to him? Was there anything over there I could check out? No, so definitely this path. On the left side is where I need to go. Because I'm trying to think now what more interesting battle systems that kind of have turn-based combat would be good. Like, I've seen a little bit of gameplay of Octopath Traveler, but I haven't played it myself yet. So I'll be curious to see what they do to try and have turn-based combat and still make it interesting. Let's see, what else? Because I can't remember when was the last time I ever played a straight turn-based combat system that was of a newer game, I should say, because there was Trails in the Sky. So what else? Oh, there's this guy. Kind of nice. It just kind of pushes them back like that. So you don't really have to worry about them that much if you just keep flinging them with your fire sword. There we go. So we got to use our key here to get through. And now we have a bunch of bombers. That's never a fun time now, is it? Of course, I'm not sure why it is I'm facing this particular enemy now and not facing anything else like it until now. I guess, well, when I think about it now, about what systems have kept my interest, you know, a bit more engaged, I guess I could say the Persona series, because it did feel like that one had a lot of unique enemies, but I think I still remember a few times when I would want maybe kind of turn away because it took a while, but they are usually pretty good at keeping things quick. Oh, cool, I can double jump now. Nice. I can finally jump over those areas that keep blocking me. So yes, now we can double jump. Just what we always wanted, right? Okay, so where does this lead then? Oh, I think I was supposed to actually double jump up there or something. Here we go. Which got me a ruby. Which, of course, increases my, you know, Phoenix Flame, so that's always nice. So, yeah, definitely the Persona series, I think, was pretty good at turn-based combat and trying to keep it interesting. I feel like the Final Fantasies were sadly a bit more susceptible to, you know, losing one's attention on them. What else? I'm trying to think what other, because I know Trails of Cold Steel, or not Cold Steel, sorry, I keep thinking that game even though I haven't played it yet. I definitely need to, and I definitely will at some point. Who knows, maybe I'll do a Let's Play of it. But for now, let's focus on Ys Origin here. You know, let's see. Come on, stop knocking me here. So, I'm trying to think what other RPGs have I done that had good turn-based combat and kept it interesting still. So, got that taken care of. So, we can just continue moving on here. But it looks like that's all the time we have for today. So, join us next time as we make use of our new double jump and continue going through the rest of the Silent Sands and hopefully finding our next boss to fight. So, until next time, have fun gaming.